Yama. My name is Brendan Moore. I'm a Biripi man from Taree. I'd like to acknowledge our traditional custodians, elders, both past and present. I'd also like to acknowledge Gidiki, Didgeridoo from North East Arnhem Land. More than 200 years ago, this site in Sydney's Domain was set aside for the Botanic Garden. Since then, thousands of people have poured their passion and know-how into the Royal Botanic Garden, Sydney. 40 years ago, we welcomed an important new species into the garden, our first group of volunteer guides. Plant-loving types who have showed up, rain, hail or shine, to share the garden's stories with visitors from all over the globe. Now, to mark the 40th anniversary, we'll share and celebrate their stories.
So we'll stop here by this Eucalyptus terricornis. Well, in the early days, there weren't very many of us. There were two people who were here that sort of worked in the herbarium and somebody worked outside, and they used to take informal walks. We only ran about 2 walks a week, but now, of course, we have 2 walks a day, including weekends, so it's just grown from there.
It's really important to be able to educate the community about why plants are important as food, as fibre, and of course produce oxygen and store carbon dioxide. And the volunteer guides have done a fantastic job over many, many years to be able to do that.
From all walks of life, with all kinds of skills to offer, these volunteers have always had one thing in common: their commitment to serving what is Australia's oldest scientific organisation. And part of that is the responsibility for telling the stories of the plant collection and the work our team is doing to help save endangered plants from extinction, like the Wollemi pine. Our guides speak for the trees, the living plant collection, the people, even the sculptures.
Well, what I wanted to show you now is this magnificent Ficus virens. We're sort of like the front of house, if you'd like to think of it that way. We're part of the science communication, so important today.
There's always something to learn, and the science of the garden tells us that. The research that they do into rainforest restoration, crop disease management, genetics, it's just an ever enhanced and expanding world of knowledge.
All our volunteers are learning constantly through research and contact with the garden's scientists and experts. And visitors get the benefit of that. But the other side of the story is what guides get out of volunteering.
When they come in, it's just like people welcome you, and we welcome them as well. So it's kind of both sides. We are really enjoying the plant, the flowers. I can see their smiling face, and I feel that's how I get the pet back.
I think my favourite part about being a volunteer guide is just the chance to perform. I love the theatre of guiding. It lives on through my whole day. It's such a sense of well-being that I can carry from this place. I was going to say home, but this is a part of my home too.
You just get this wonderful feeling of, I think I've done a good job here.
Volunteers often speak about the camaraderie and the support they receive from each other and the lifelong friendships they make. For everyone who gets to work with them, it's just a really uplifting experience.
It's wonderful being part of the guide community here. I'm surrounded by like-minded people.
They've been a critical component of what we're about, what we do and why we do it. The one thing I'd really want to say to the volunteer guides is thank you.
And that goes for all of us. Thank you, volunteers, for the time you put in and your unending supply of wisdom and energy. We celebrate you.
Wow, 40 years of our volunteer guides. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything you do. Our gardens just wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for our incredible volunteer guides, so thank you.
Big shout out and a big thank you to all your help and assistance over the years. You guys have been amazing.
To all our volunteer guides, thank you very much for all your help throughout the years.
Thanks guys, thanks for being the face of the gardens over the 40 years. Well done.
Wow, 40 years. What a fantastic achievement by the volunteer guides of the Royal Botanic Gardens. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you for your passion, your commitment and your love for these beautiful gardens on behalf of Foundation and Friends of the Royal Botanic Gardens. look forward to working with you over the next 40 years.
40 years of volunteering. Unbelievable. Some unbelievable people, great knowledge, great skills, and above all, passion for what is such an important topic, nature.
40 years of volunteer guides here at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Sydney. Serious congratulations to each and every one of you for your passion, your commitment, and for the legacy that you've left for so many families, for individuals, from people around the suburbs, the state, the nation, but even more so, international guests as well. Thanks for your stories. Thanks for your heart. You guys rock.